Like, say everything where they share, both the one where they share now, both the one we don't share before, both the one we go see share after, now they under the law, because law, they just say it's no respecter of persons or anything, okay? And that now why WAP TV, they use this segment play, because now that moment we say they take educate, informate, tell you those things where you don't know. As a matter of fact, give you an opportunity to avoid stories that touch, okay? So for a couple of weeks now, Barrister and I don't reason, we don't look into legal side of investments, and we don't talk so much on that, but because of things where they share right now, it's just me, it will make sense if we go back to the legal side of group action. Now, I know say we don't treat them before, so for those who no get opportunity to watch and you never even get the opportunity to go visit us on top of our YouTube channel to go rewatch, guess what? We are going to be touchlighting it again this morning because of things where they share right about now. Ladies and gentlemen, I officially welcome now to Legal Matta today. Will be the 14th day for the 10th month for year 2020. And guess what? We certify person wey go school, read law, they eat law, they dine with law, they sleep with law, they look lawish. Talking about barrister in the building this morning. Barrister, what's that? Now, but then I was right.
No, I dey clap for you.
Why are you clapping for me?
I dey clap because I don't know whether me they call. I mean, I'm calling team because I never answer because
Barrister, who else would I be calling on the show on a Wednesday by this time of the day?
Sleepy.
Yeah.
Make I leave you. They chop law. You know that they chop law.
Yes, now you everything about you is law. Everything about you people. Yeah, they look lawish. You talk lawish.
I don't hear you.
You read law books.
I don't hear you.
Everything, every convo way they get with somebody, there must be a bit of law inside.
I don't hear you.
So,
viewers, welcome to this Wednesday. Now we're done for home. And now we're done for this and SARS and this one and that one. And that's why they're important. We could discuss some things that will happen now in the light of what we are going through. The riots or the protests. No, it's riot. Sometimes the protests don't turn to riot, but actually now protests, I go call them. Yes, maybe whether you like it or not, there are some fundamental things where everybody must know. We all get rights. I mean, in Nigeria, there are 11 rights that are basic to any human being.
Yep.
Number one, right to life. Nobody has the right to kill you. Nobody has the right to take away your life. That's why to kill even the baby you own or your own child is wrong, totally wrong. It's a right to life. Everybody, once you are a human being, you came into life, you must that life, except when you have committed a crime that the government says that you have to die for. And, it's something. And so it's wrong for the police to kill people. It's not for anybody to kill. And that's why we're saying, right to dignity. Everybody has the right to be dignified. And nobody should take away your dignity. Nobody. And so dignity means that you are respected. You are given that ability to say, okay, this person is a human being. You don't strip somebody naked because you want to, no, you don't. There are so many issues about the dignity of human person. I mean, you try to ensure that whether it's a child, you don't just expose a child even in public, whatever it is. You have to try to know that you have to expect that dignity of the human person, except the person has done something that probably is trying to evade arrest. You have to pin him down. You have to do this. You have to do that. But beyond that, that's why if you want to arrest somebody, you actually have to give him, look, we're going to be arrested and would you have to cooperate with us? It's only when the person is not cooperating that you have to start enforcing force. Personal liberty is another thing. Everybody has the right to be free, to move around, not to be caged. Personal liberty, except there's a crime. So when you have a situation whereby you don't have the personal liberty, you cannot move, you are restricted, you are done this, you cannot go around because somebody is going to be checking your phone and things like that. So you have all those things. You have the right to fair hearing. If you are taken to court, even if the policeman arrests you for what he thinks is a crime, you have the right to be heard. To be heard. It's not for him to be the one that will judge you. He has to take you to a process of okay, hear your view. What is that thing that they saw your phone and things like that? Right to privacy. I mean, nobody should be checking your phone. Nobody should be checking things that belong to you, except there's a reasonable basis to suspect that there's a crime committed. And even at that, it has to be with a sense of dignity to you, not like, give or take. The way they even search people, and things like that, going to your, without any warrant.
There should be a license.
Or no, there should be a kind of, except, see, if somebody is suspected to be a criminal, in that sense of that suspicion, there's a limit to which you can go into evading their privacy. But privacy means a lot of things. I mean,
because I feel you can't come into my house, you tell me that, okay, I've been accused, or it's a matter of me being suspected of a case that I do not know about, and then you want to check without the license.
Yes, there should be a warrant. There should be a warrant. There should be a warrant. To a large degree, there should be a warrant. So that's why, privacy means that, you haven't allowed people to be alone. You don't want to be engaging. You have to tell them, okay, there's a sense of privacy that everybody owns, and then there's a right also to freedom of thought, conscience. You can own your thought. You can have conscience the way you want to own it, provided it's not illegal. You can have your religion. You can do whatever you want to do. Right to freedom of expression. You can express your mind the way people are expressing their mind now. Right to freedom of assembly, association. You feel collect in ourselves, assemble, associate with each other. Ask for changes, as it were. Right to freedom of movement. These are all the rights you have. Right to freedom from discrimination. Okay, that you have your ear pierced, that you have your, all those things does not mean that it should be discriminated against, provided you are not doing anything that is offensive to the society or to the law, and things like that. That's why in some societies, they make laws specifically to address this. Do not pierce your hair. Do not wear this kind of dress. But if there's no such law, as long as the person is doing what it believes is right and is not offensive to the law, then they have the right for freedom of from discrimination. The 11th one is right to own property. Yes, you can own property. You have the freedom, the right to own property of yourself. So if you can make money to buy what you want to buy, But I have to say all these things and put it in. Make I know say it's not everybody listen to me. You have to balance it, because many times people have taken things overboard. If you are buying a car of 10 million and there is no justifiable means of buying it, the law has the right to ask you, show us the cost. Show us how you bought it. It's a right.
Your source, where you get the money from.
So the law also has that ability to ask you to show us your source. And if you are doing what is totally against the public sense of morality, they can discriminate against you. So so that is a balancing act. If you are going to where you're not supposed to go, they say this is a restricted area, or they say this place, don't go there by 12 o'clock or whatever, you are going there. They have the right. And many of our youth, they don't even know what is right and what is wrong. So they go into a lot of things and then they get wrong. Of course, I will say that this is where the balancing act of the police, sometimes we have bad eggs among the police that take it excessively, that want to use their strength, their force against innocent people. But at the same time, you have to understand, I know many people who have been arrested or probably been accosted by these so-called SARS, and yet because they found nothing incriminating on them, they release them instantly. But I know that there are some people that, because of what they have found on their phone, because of what they found on the phone, it becomes like it's incriminating. They know that there's an incrimination here, So you have to start bailing yourself out. Let's face it, and make a note. There are some people who have been turned back from America, from even US, by reason of the immigration officers asking that they should give them a phone. And they went to their phone and found, don't tell me as a human right. You are about to enter, they've given you visa. And when you get there, they say, okay, we have this, okay, can we have your phone? And in your presence, they went through your phone and they saw things. But they have seen things that because of a WhatsApp message that was looking as if they are belonging to some cult, which was just a message that they received, but they refused to delete it. They have been turned back. They have been told to go back. So you see, there's an ambit. There's that English. I don't know how
and those people are operating under the law.
Under the law. I mean, there are some people that even they ask, okay, can I see your laptop? Can you open it? Can you open it? And they ask, can that laptop? They check it even without even giving them your code, your passcode. They had a system of bypassing all those things, and they saw everything they want to see, and they found out, okay, this kind of person. I mean, it was the basis of their own decision to know that they should admit you into their country or not admit you into their country. So you have all this balancing thing to do.
Now they look the legal side of group actions based on what they share right now for inside the country. Barrister.
Yeah, so as we talk, say, and they don't accuse me here, say maybe at the day.
Hey, I don't understand, Barrister. I didn't accuse you of anything. Please, just do your job.
But let me tell you something. Everybody will watch, particularly the youth. Yes, I relate with the youth a lot, and I'm one too. The point is that, yes, there are so many things that our police, the system is not very friendly to the youth in a sense. But that is not to say that we should not balance it out. And seriously, the police, it's not today. It's not today. I was telling somebody earlier that the class governor in my law class, Elijah Adeyemi, was killed about 2 years or so by police, not even SARS, by checkpoint police. Brilliant man, suffered through school alone. I mean, did a lot of things to get himself out, only to come out, only son of his mother. On the road, checkpoints, stop, gave more money. As the driver of the bus was going on, police shot the car. So it's not today that the issue of that police brutality, recklessness. I was even involved one time that I did never need the sound of gun in the sense like that. But I was in a bus, I was in a car, and then the guy by myself told me, look, stop, brother, stop, they've shot us. And I said, nobody shot. He said, stop, they have shot us. So I was like, well, how did you hear? He said, just stop. So we stopped and we came down. True. The bullet had pierced the bonnet of the car and entered the engine. And I was saying, wow, I never even knew that was a sound. So it's not today. But you see, the entirety of what we're talking about is that make we all put them into balance. So that even as a youth, that's why I say group action. As a youth, what are you doing as well that will allow you to, I mean, one of these days, my son was telling me that SARS arrested him, and and then they just released him because by the time he asked him questions, the right to stop, to say stop and let me ask questions, is still with the police. It's just that you as well don't feel that.
Don't fight them.
Don't even feel that you are too. And this is what's talking about group action. Many youth believe that because they are in a circle of their friendship, they download this, download that, download this, forgetting that they could be arrested. They can be accosted on the road. And then if for any reason, and then you also profile yourself in a way that you make yourself so distinct, you're addressing your own age group, which is not right, well, not wrong, dreadlock, this one, that automatically profiles you. You stand to be profiled. And you stand to be profiled. It's wrong to be profiled, but it's a giveaway anytime. So when you are in America, for instance, or even in England, sometimes they will stop you because you're black, because they call it profiling. They look at the car you're driving and they look at what you're doing. It's almost a given. But you see, what do? You try to understand this milieu so I can fit in very well into the atmosphere. So that you're not being unnecessarily profiled. But some people say, look, it's my right. I can dress anyhow. I've told you it's your right. It's your right. You have a sense of dignity. They should respect you. But you have to be very careful as well. You have to be very careful about what you do. Now, for actually directly to group action, number one thing I want to say in group action is that whenever you're in a group.
Okay, let's take Tunde from Tunde. Hello, Tunde. Good morning. Tunde.
Okay.
So, okay, please call us back. Yeah.
Whenever you're in a group, always understand what this group stands for. Always understand.
Don't just join the group.
Don't just join the group because you have friends, you have, a lot of things. Always understand what is about, the purpose, what they are doing, the law regulating that group, the law regulating what you are doing. Sometimes you are amongst friends and they're saying, I downloaded this app, I downloaded that app. That, you are talking about how many apps you have downloaded. You are not asking what are the implications of these apps. You are not even knowing. I mean, so many innocent. That's why parents who are watching it, and if it's possible for you to go back to watch this on YouTube, please go back and watch. Let them know. Many of these apps you download can directly or indirectly, incriminate you. So the question is, what are you doing with that app when you are not into this line of, functioning? You have to understand that. And you have to understand that a lot of things, you have a lot of money coming to your account, somebody checks your account, and you cannot even explain what you do as a person. You cannot explain. Yes, you have the right to your liberty, to your privacy. Relate these things so that when you are not, so such like your account balances and whatever, you can be deleting them so that they are not on your phone. They are not in a way that you cannot justify what you are doing with what is so-called coming to your money, into your account and what have you. So always, know what you're doing. And then another thing is that the whatever action your group is taking, please, at all times, never take it that you are above the law. Hear me? Never take it that you are above the law. It's easy. Like we are doing protests now. I saw a video clip of some people went to a police station and then they started destroying the police station and what have you. And unfortunately, one of them, his face was in the video.
So they don't even need to catch the crowd.
No. And that's one thing about when you're doing all these things. When you're in the fray of, in the heat of we're together. No, the law does not say everybody caught. The law says anybody caught.
And with that, I don't think it's no longer a peaceful protest. So you have to destroy properties.
No, I mean, why would you say, I was saying, and then somebody was doing video and what have you. And I said, wow, what a way to bring yourself down.
Let's take Timothy from Lagos. Hello, Timothy. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you doing there?
Timothy.
I'm very fine. Master, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Yes, sir. I have a question for you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, this is about this house of a thing. You don't really have the right to check someone's phone and be checking his account number and be checking it because
they don't have.
Assume someone is working in an office that they have security code and those kind of things can really affect the complaint. All those things. Does the staff really have the right?
They don't have the right.
Checking your laptop and all those things.
They don't have the right in that sense because
if you see the way they utilize it's their right.
They don't have the right. It's an abuse of the process. Let's just say that they don't have the right, and I agree.
Is iPhone against Nigerian law?
No, you see, the point is that they don't have the right. Those people, like Slimity said, they just dress up to intimidate, to make money out of the situation. But that's why we're saying the balancing act, that you have to also understand that much as the right is not given to them to be so blatant, the way they are going about it, is not as though if there is a reasonable ground to suspect a commission of crime, that police cannot stop it. But it's just that indiscriminate use of the power, the way they are using it now, is wrong. Because really, anywhere in the world, a policeman can stop you, can ask you, can you step down from your car? Anywhere. It's part of their power to say, can you step down? Can I check what is in your boot? May I check? I mean, they do that almost everywhere. They ask you.
We will see it in movies.
Yes, they ask, can I check whatever. And, even though you don't know, and it's a give, it's a right, and so if they have a right, a suspicion. But the way it is going on here is like police have taken it, have abused the system. So that's why we are balancing it and say, like, even you, as a matter of fact, understand just like you're saying, does a dog have the right to bite me? If I enter their house, the dog does not have the right to bite you, but it can bite you. So what do? You are very careful to make sure that the dog does not bite you. Probably you do other things. Because, I mean, if the dog bites you, how you complain? You're going to say, I want to sue the owner. By that time, you're taking tetanus injection and things like that. So
I think if they stop you and you don't have anything that is implicating, you can stop, answer questions. Because I've been stopped several times.
Of course, answer questions.
You answer your questions.
Your phones, that's why I say that your phones, whatever you are downloading, you always know that, whatever you're doing, if your account, they've told you, wipe the thing off, make sure that it is not there. Find another way of getting your account balances and what have you. Find another better way of, your laptop. Always check your laptop. Everything. What is on laptop? If it's something that you don't want to have it there, you can put it in the cloud. When you need to download it, you download it. So that is better for you. Anybody checking you. And if you have to also, the sense of decency. Don't be too much carried away by what money you have made that you want to dress to impress your own ilk, your own people. But forgetting that they're going to move beyond that clique. Okay, your hood is where you are playing your own game. But you're going to move from area to area. And then, you're going to profile yourself unnecessarily. So these are all the things, group action. Ask questions before you commit to what they are doing. Don't just join. What they are good. Don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to be different. There are so many people that are making much, much more money than even the ones that are profiling. And yet they are not looking the way those ones look. You don't have, I saw somewhere around Lekki, you had so much alcohol in your car, you are driving a car that doesn't have a driver's license, doesn't have a plate number, and somehow the person that was driving does not even have a driver's license. He said he forgot driver's license at home, alcohol in the car, and then you are just cruising, and they're trying to look, because you're a crowd of people. Look, that you're a crowd does not make it right. That you're coming from a club does not make it right. Put all the things in place. You're going to hurt yourself. And one of them was trying to fight the policeman. And I said, look, young man, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt yourself. You see, that you are together here. Even one of them is shot, is a life gone, never to return. So put all these things in context. And then we thank God that the Nigerian government has acceded to the request, NSAS, all those things. So we hope that this would enable us to have a better...
She just have a balanced field, a balanced ground. As citizens, let's do the right thing. Let's always do the right things. I know most times it could appear very difficult, to obey all the laws and all of that. But for you to stay safe and to have a peaceful life, I think, and there's no country without a law.
There's no country.
Or without laws.
No
I think every country is governed by particular laws. And of course, for authorities we should also we should try and apply caution.
Yeah.
If you are in power, know how to use your power. You don't need to use it to intimidate people and all of that. You are supposed to protect lives and not to take lives. So we need to go, Barrister. Thank you very much. I'm going to continue from this next week, or we're going to go back to our legal side.
Depending on what we have, because we still have to finish out of the investment, but depending on what the situation is around the country, we can just address one or two issues relevant to that situation.
Okay, it is well.
God bless you guys. Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Bye. Celebrate you. Don't end Nigeria, just end SARS.
No.